2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On the handoff, Taylor. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
12 at the 38-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now a give to Taylor. Some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And some room to work. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Brissett taken in by the tight end Doyle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 12. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
The tackle made by...
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Following the interception, Cousins looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover.
At the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
25-yard line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook.
Cousins pass.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a second down.
8-yard gain. Brings up second down.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
And out. It's 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position.
1st and 10 at the Vikings' 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit hot.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his touchdown. And the Colts add on to their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
There's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
18.
Justin Jefferson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
The extra point
and it's up and good.
Makes the score Colts 10, Vikings 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Throwing. Brissett looking deep for Hilton. He's got a man complete. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Colts 17, Vikings 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Vikings take over first and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's complete to Sharp. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins now. And this is Cook with a grab. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Here's Smith to return it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
A second down throw for Brissett. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. That'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Here's Taylor. He's got a first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he has been a workhorse for them in this game. And ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it. When he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
The Vikings first down.
He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Play action now. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. They'll throw again. Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Here's second and 9. Now Brissett looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
54's Mike.
First and 10, Taylor down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett, letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Harris Campbell, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Colts 24. Vikings.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Cousins. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Xavier Rhodes.
So second down. Still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Cousins. Letting one go deep for Roberts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Now Abdullah, the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. On first and 10, Cousins. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances, playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Catanzaro now for the extra point.